Well, how do there, chums? There's I, Captain Steve, and we're back inside of Gran Turismo, and now this is going to be a more of a creative video. How to create your own decals, and how to get those decals into Gran Turismo and on your car, like you can see on screen right now. I mean, how cool does that look? I think it looks cool, but I'm biased because they're my logos, and I made them. I'm going to show you how right now. Right, chumps, so I am inside of Inkscape. Inkscape is the package that I'm using, and it's free. It's free to download, it's free to use, so knock yourself out, go get yourself a copy. Just Google it, I'll put the actual spelling on screen. But first I need to find an image that I want to use. I'm going to be copying this one, so now I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to go into Inkscape and just paste it there. There it is, right there. Now if I go to the top here and go to Layers, then go to Show Layers, then hopefully I can see the layers over at the side here. I'm going to lock this layer, brilliant, and then I'm going to add in a new layer. Excellent. There we go. I'm giving it a name of Vector, so I know which layer is which layer. And right, so now I'm just editing on here. I'm going to zoom in. You see this icon up here? This is like Snap-on enabled. I'm going to disable Snap-on. Snap-on does my head in. So I've just disabled that. And here we go. And now I'm going to just trace all these different lines. Okay, I've gone wrong already, haven't I? Whoopsie. Okay, well, let's get rid of that. Let's start again. So I'm going to click in this bottom corner and click to there, then click to there, and back down into there. And you'll see that it goes to a little round circle to show that it's closed up. And then I can fill that in later. You need to close them all up. Yes, you do. Right, so here we go. Click in there. And now, when I click and drag, it will create a curve. You'd have these sort of anchor points that you can move. I think they're called Bezier curves or something. I don't know. Anyway, click down there. Boom. That's all done. Now, I might zoom in a little bit further in a bit. But for now, I can just get away with clicking and clicking. And these are triangles, so I don't have to drag on these because there's no curves, so it's great. This is quite a nice little demo sort of image that I'm using here. Now, the more points you use, the more of the size it's going to get increase. So to import these into Gran Turismo, they need to be 15 kilobytes, so keep that in mind. Don't go crazy. There is also an auto trace feature where it automatically traces bitmaps into a SVG file, like a vector drawn image, but it uses a heck of a lot of space. I have got a trick to decrease those, but it can be really freaking fiddly. So you're best just to trace them off by freaking scratch, basically. Just go for really simple images and you should be fine. Clicking over there, clicking down there, boom, done. Now for this one. So just one straight line up there, that's fine. This one's also straight. Then this one's a curve, so I'm going to click and drag. And there we go, we've got a little line there. And then when I put down this next one, you see it's already slightly curved. But as I close the group, I'm just going to drag again. And you can see that it's going all over the frickin' squiff, isn't it? Oh, we put it like that. There we go. Done. Fantastic. So now I've got all my lines, so it's just outlines right now. Now I can select each of these. And I might actually zoom in and tidy some of these up in a moment. We'll do that in a bit. But let me just show you how you colour these as well. But here you go. There's an individual one that I can move there. But we do a little bit more fine tuning in a moment. So there we go, and we drag this down like that, and that's a bit of a better curve there. I mean, that's slightly tidier than it was, but I could go to town on this in a bit, which I probably will. So if I click on a black arrow at the top there, that selects a whole object. And now, you see there was no fill. Now I've filled it in black. There we go. Now, I could just do the whole freaking lot at once. If I do Control A, there you go, I can fill them all black. Then we can just go through and do the ones that shouldn't be black. So that one should be white. There we go. Click that. That one should be red. You know what? Normally I turn the stroke line off, but I quite like the actual stroke line on this one. I think it looks all right with the actual outlines on. So if I now get rid of the bottom image, if I sort of hide that bottom image, we'll see what we've actually done. There we go. That looks all right, doesn't it? Now some of these lines aren't quite equal and some of them don't marry up. So I'm going to use that fine tuning and just choose a single image and move them around. I could delete that bottom image now if I really wanted to. That's going to save me a heck of a lot of space when I save this. So there we go. Let's put them next to each other. I actually like mine more than the original now, people. Heck yes I do. So let's just click that and let's just delete it. We'll get rid of that. So here we go. Select the actual guy. There we go. It's gone. Done. And now I can get this, move it over there. You can group them, you can unify them and do all that sort of stuff. But I do that after I've fine-tuned everything. And to be honest, this is quite a simple image, so there's no real point in needing to unify stuff. Sometimes if you import text in, sometimes the odd letter disappears, unless you unify your whole string of text. once you get into game, it's a bit weird. When you import it on the website, it looks all fine and dandy. You go in the game, you go to share it, and 2 of the letters vanish or something. Very odd. So I tend to unify things. I think it's got problems if there's more than a certain amount of letters in there. I don't know. It just doesn't like text, the actual editor inside of game for some reason. But anyway, there we go. I'm just fine-tuning these by using the one down tool over at the side there. There's a big black arrow that I was using to select whole objects. This one just lets you select individual anchor points. I'm just trying to make this line there look a little bit more uniform. There we go. If I drag that into that should, there we go. That's looking a bit better, isn't it? And now all the actual lines all marry up. I'm fairly happy with that. I mean, that little curve there, can I open that up? Yes, maybe. If I tweak this, there we go. That looks better. We're on to a winner there, people. I think that looks freaking nice. Now, if I zoom out, we're going to get a better look at this, and then I'd export it, and we'll see if it fits into 15 kilobytes. Because I've kept the anchor points in so few a number, I think this is going to be well under the 15 kilobytes. So I'm just going to save this in my downloads folder for now. I need to sort out my downloads folder. I've got loads of SVG files in there that I've been playing with. I mean, I haven't been so lucky with creating some of these. Some of them have been well over 15 kilobytes. There is a little website that I've found, which I'll show you in a moment, on how you can actually make them smaller. So if I go to the properties on here, you see here it's well in, so I'm all good on that one. Fantastic. But yeah, if it isn't, and you're like double over, I usually find this website is quite good at compressing it by about half usually. Sometimes you get really amazing compression on it, sometimes 70%. But here we go, this is it here. So this is the website. I just typed in SVG shrink and it's the top one that came up for me. But yeah, I put links to this website inside the video description, and also a link to Inkscape in the video description. But there we go, it's going in. Boom. Done diddly. Oh my days. What the fudge? It just compressed it by almost 80%. That's the best compression rate I've ever had out of this freaking website on an image that was already fine to just go in as it was. So I'm not going to bother saving the compressed version. I'm just going to go with the full fat version. We're just going to chuck it straight into game. So I've gone over to the actual Gran Turismo website. Again, I'll put a link in the video description. You have to sign into this and do all that sort of shenanigans, link it to your PlayStation account, all that sort of stuff. Do all that, and then you should be able to hit upload decal and select the decal that you want to upload. So there we go. I'm picking up my decal right now. Put that in. There it is. Lovely. And I'm just hit upload there. Boom. Now I should be able to find that in game. But where do you find it in game, and how do you apply it to your car? It's coming up. Okay, to get them to appear in game, first go to Showcase. Now this also lets you share them with other players. So down on the side here, go to My Items, and you should see everything that you've uploaded to the GT website. So here we go. I'm just going to be putting in the name for this one. So there we go, Atlas. Lovely jubbly. There we go, No Man's Sky, Atlas. Give it a meaningful name so people can find it when they search. There's also search tags, which are very important as well. So here we go, let's put this in. Lovely job. And the search tags, I believe, will have to be like one word or whatever. So, yeah, there we go. By Captain Steve. And in here, I'm just going to be putting in No Man's Sky, all one word. Lovely jubbly. And I believe they're like hashtags or something. So, I don't know whether you need spaces. So, I'm keeping it all closed up. But there we go. Put that in. It'd be nice if they gave you examples, wouldn't it? But yeah, they don't really. It just says enter text, doesn't it? And that has got a space. So who knows? There we go. I'm putting in my hashtag from Twitter there. You can find me on Twitter using that tag. Captain Steve. I guess. Brilliant. I don't know why I put an N in front, but it just did. I think it's because I was NMSA Captain Steve. Kind of makes sense. There we go. And I'm going to put in Sci-Fi as the final one. There we go. And okay. That's going to put it open to all. So you can find these. Just search for those search terms and you can find these decals and use them if you want to use them. There we go. If I just click down and then click back to this, you'll see that it will show, that who shared them and all that sort of stuff. There you go, the date and time. Lovely. Now I can use these on my actual car as well. I mean, technically, I could have used them on my car anyway, but that's how you share them with everybody. Next, you go to GT Auto. Now, if you haven't got GT Auto on your actual menu, it kind of appears around this point when you get menu book 8. So after you complete menu book 7, you should get it pop up or just before you transition to menu book 8, you can see here it comes up with like scraps is now open or whatever, scenes or photos or whatever. But that's the one you want. GT Auto is now open. It happens around then. So you need to progress through doing like the licensing, doing all the tutorial-y type stuff, going to the CAF. So just get all that done and it should get to this stage. And then once you go inside GT Auto, or wherever the place is, you're heading over to here. You're going to get like a little mini cutscene of them chatting to you, and it shows you some lovely cars and things on ramps. Yes, thank you very much, Clayton. Right, now you go over to a livery editor. Yeah, it's like got a farm or something. But you want to go into creator design. So here we go. Make sure you come here in the car that you want to put your decals on. It makes things a lot freaking easier as well. So if you haven't done that, go get the car that you want to put in. Yeah, awesome. I went for one that had a default colour of white anyway, but you can actually change all your colours of your car here in the paint jobs, but it does cost you credits. Right, so here we go. I'm going to go into decals. Lovely job. Go into decals, and we're going to be going into a body first of all, and then you've got the layer command over to the right hand side. Now, Inkscape had layers as well and layer commands. So if you're used to the layers in Inkscape, it's very much the same thing here. So you go into add layer, add decal, then you go to my files and you can bring in those items that you've added. Nice and simple. Or you can use search, and you can search for other people's decals, bring those in and slap those on, like I got one for YouTube by searching for YouTube to put on the car. So it's a case of just going through and doing all of this sort of stuff. You can even mirror designs from one side of your car to the other side of the car to make it a lot easier. You just go into some of the options down at the bottom. It tells you all the controls along the bottom of the screen right here, people, and what you can do and how you can go about doing it. And there's more advanced options as well as you go into other sorts of areas and things and so forth. It's like if you hold down L1 to modify, then you get the option to mirror it on the opposite side of the car and things. So you don't have to all do it just by eye and just by lining it up by sight. However, what I would say is sometimes you get the petrol cap on the other side where I've just put that logo. So you might not want to mirror it onto the other side like there. You know, I might want to do my own sort of thing on the opposite side, mightn't I, because of the petrol cap. So there we go. That's pretty much how you use the decal editor inside of Gran Turismo 7, which is pretty darn freaking sweet, isn't it? So now I've got my actual logos from YouTube in there, my NMSA ship there from No Man's Sky, because I love No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is the other video, well, it's the other video content I do on my channel. I've done Elden Ring as well. I've got loads of playlists. Check out my channel, people, if you like my Gran Turismo stuff. I'm hoping you're going to like my No Man's Sky stuff. Hopefully you've got a PlayStation 4 or 5 and you can pick up No Man's Sky, and hopefully it's a game for you, and hopefully I'll see all my other content. But if not, I am planning to do a few more Gran Turismo videos in between doing my No Man's Sky content anyway. So if you haven't already hit like and subscribe, please do, and hopefully you're going to be locked in for the long haul. Maybe hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. So there we go. That's pretty much it, people. So I'm just going to wash this car, make it look freaking awesome, and I'm going to be taking it out on the track and we're going to be hammering it around with all those lovely shiny decals upon it. Heck yes. So if you have any questions, stick them in the comments. As long as you've got a question mark on there, I usually filter by questions and usually get round to answering them. So anyway, hopefully you're going to subscribe, and hopefully I'm going to see you inside of my live chats whenever I do premieres. Take care, people out there in Viewerverse. I'm just going to let you watch a little bit of footage of me winning a trophy with a stick-it up car. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe, and I'd like to say a massive great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers! And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.